Okay, we are joined now by the champions of the Midwest Regional, the University of Oregon Ducks, Coach Dana Altman. Student athletes are Jordan Bell, Tyler Dorsey, and Dylan Brooks. Coach, we'll turn to you first and say congratulations, you're going to the Final Four.
Thank you. I am so happy for our team, our staff, our university. 1939 was a long time ago, and I think everybody would be pretty excited about the opportunity to go to Phoenix and play for a national title. We've won 2 4-team tournaments here now, so we've got an opportunity to go play in another one, and I know our guys will get ready. I thought Jordan Bell was unbelievable on the defensive end tonight. He got a couple blocks early, and I thought it really put a thought in their mind. Tyler hitting some big threes, especially the 2 right before half, and then the one that when it got to 66-60. And then, Dylan Brooks just gives us a lot of passion. And, he played extremely hard and gave us some big buckets. And I thought Dylan Ennis really gave us a big lift, both offensively, defensively. And so I'm happy for our team. I'm happy for, as I mentioned, our university and our state. It's been a long time coming, and now we need to go continue to play well.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions for Coach Altman or any of the student athletes. First question, guys, will be on your left.
David Smale, Sports Exchange. For any of the players, late in the second half, you guys were up 6. I think, Tyler, you put up a desperation 3 to beat the shot clock. Went through about 3 KU players' hands, and then you guys got possession. How critical was that little sequence?
Yeah, we was running the play. It was supposed to go down the gut to Jordan, and I wasn't paying attention to the shot clock, so it was my fault when I was looking at it, and I just threw up a desperation shot, and I guess they didn't box out. It bounced out, and Jordan got a big rebound.
Other questions? Don't forget that the locker room is open during this time frame, okay?
Jordan's been grabbing big offensive rebounds for us this whole tournament, and grabbed another one. We weren't running the play, and like Tyler said, he recognized shot clock, threw it up, and we just played hard throughout the whole game. And when you play hard throughout the whole game, you catch some breaks, and we caught a break there, and Jordan grabbed the rebound, and we got to set up another play, and TT had a clutch shot to put us up 9.
Okay, again on the left.
Dana, Jordan said after the game last year, he promised you during the kind of summer after post-game stuff that he promised you guys would get back to the Final Four, or you guys would get to the Final Four. Before that, too, Dylan had mentioned that the freshman group between Jordan, Dylan, and Casey, no one believed in them. They were picked 8th to finish in the conference. What is it about kind of the determination of that group that you have to get to where they are now?
Well, our basketball program, our staff owes those guys so much because they've stayed with us 3 years now. This is their 3rd NCAA tournament. It was their 2nd Final 8. It's a very competitive group. I've watched them develop as players. I've watched them, grow up a little bit and really think about the team and really worry about their teammates. It's a special group. And I've been fortunate. The 7 years that we've been at Oregon, we've had great guys to work with, and I feel great for those guys, that I and our staff had a relationship with. But I also feel good for all the other players, the ex-players who have built Oregon basketball. Like I said, 1939 is a long drought, but there are a lot of guys that played and built some tradition at Oregon. And so we owe all the ex-players and our staff in particular the last 7 years, Javon Catron, E.J. Singler, Garrett Sim. I'd miss guys if I tried to name them all, but those guys stayed with us and really helped us build something.
Let's go back in the right side on the last row.
Coach, congratulations. And building off of that, you got a lot of upperclassmen. You have significant depth such that you can lose your top shot blocker and still make the Final Four, playing great and even playing well inside. As a coach, you know, recruiting today, how much can you plan that out and get guys who are going to provide that depth for you 3-4 years from now? And how much is it just kind of, you know, you recruit the guys for you and then see what happens?
Well, it's development. Like I said, Jordan has developed over the 3 years, and you know, that may have been his best performance in his 3 years. He was phenomenal today. He set the tone early. I thought that was really important. You know, I said in the locker room that he played like we had Chris and him out there. You know, he was a one man. He dominated inside, and so he developed. Dylan's gotten better each year. Tyler, I mean, the way he stepped up in the tournament was unbelievable, you know, and he just playing with tremendous confidence, not only making plays for himself, but his teammates, and defensively he was solid. Getting boards, Tyler? Oh, heck, he had 5 the second half because he didn't have any at halftime. I jumped him about that. So he had 5 in the second half, and when he's rebounding and playing defense, you know, and gets involved in the whole game, that's when his offense maybe is his best. He's special, and if he relies too much just on his offense, he doesn't get totally involved in the game. And throughout the tournament, he's got really involved in the game.
Let's move back to the front row.
Sean Roney, Dos Mundos newspaper here in Kansas City for everybody. One of the keys that Coach Self had, or one of the things that Coach Self had felt like was a difference maker tonight was being able to beat the clock and make the big shots, which Coach kind of alluded to with the threes late in the first half. But he also felt like that Oregon did a great job at winning loose balls and 50-50 balls. Just you think that was more a case that you just out-hustled them to the ball, just muscle? Why do you think you were able to win loose balls on the court?
We'll let Tyler maybe answer that first.
You said what? Coach tells us we got to be the tougher team at the beginning of the game, and those 50-50 balls means we was a tougher team tonight, and we went and got them, and we just went and competed, and we didn't quit on the play, and we got every rebound, and we sent the guards to Jordan. He was blocking shots, and everybody was cracking down, and they didn't get any second chance points. And like I said, those 50-50 balls, we went and got them tonight.
And, you know, Coach says all the time, he says, we always want to make the special offensive play. But, today we're making special defensive plays. Jordan blocking shots, us getting 50-50 balls, Dylan cracking back and stealing the ball from making it easy baskets for them. We're just outworking them and giving them heart. We just had them more heart. And, we really wanted to, take down, one of the greatest teams in Kansas.
Okay, Jordan?
Yeah, what they said, just winning a 50-50 war, second chance points, just being a tougher team overall. We knew we had to do the little things to help us get this victory today.
We had some lucky bounces. I will give. I think that's true. Yeah. We had some balls that bounced right to us. So, we did out rebound them by 4. I thought that was critical. We had a 5-minute stretch that we just ran out of gas. We were really bad there for about 5 minutes, especially on the offensive end. But we found a way to finish the game, and that's what you do on the road. That basically was a road game for us. I look at the attendance figures, 18,600, and so we had 600, and they had 18,000, and so it was basically a road game for us, and the guys had to make those plays. The guys had to make those plays, and we did get some lucky bounces on some of those balls, so there's no doubt about it.
We'll stay on the right here on the inside aisle.
CL Brown with ESPN.com. Coach, this was for you. I was wondering, what to you was the major difference between how these guys to your right approached tonight's game compared to last year when you guys were in the same situation in Elite Eight?
Well, first of all, Buddy, really hit us, but we felt so good about ourselves after beating Duke. We patted ourselves on the back so much that, we didn't have that edge when we played Oklahoma. And I don't want to take anything away from Buddy in Oklahoma because they kicked us, okay? But I didn't feel like we played with an edge that day. And I was real happy when I came in after the Michigan win, and we weren't celebrating. You know, we were focused on, we got one more game here. And so I thought maybe the experience of a year ago maybe helped us. There were two teams, you know, Kansas went to the Final Eight, we went to the Final Eight last year, and we were both not successful. And so, and we both had veteran teams, you know. Both were starting one freshman, but we had, you know, seniors, and we got juniors and a sophomore who were all starters, you know, and played significant roles last year. So there's two teams that got there last year and didn't get it done. And I just loved our team's focus. You know, going in, we knew it was going to be a tough atmosphere. We knew we were going to have to be sharp. And again, I can't overemphasize Jordan controlling the paint in the first 10 minutes of the game and just putting a thought in their mind that they were going to get easy baskets. And I thought that really set the tone and gave us a big advantage. And because of that, you know, they took 25 threes, you know, and almost half their shots were threes because they were looking over their shoulder for Jordan, I think. You know, that was my impression of the game. And I thought he did a tremendous job in there.
Extreme right side.
Bobby Nightingale, Lawrence Journal World. For Dylan and Coach, what was the key to stopping Josh Jackson and Devontae Graham, two of their leading scorers?
You know, we got Josh Jackson in foul trouble early, and, you know, we had to, you know, think the game through. We didn't let him get easy baskets. You know, Devontae Graham, we weren't giving him easy shots. You know, he was taking tough ones, and when he came into the paint, you know, Jordan was sending them back, and, you know, those guys, you know, were just taking tough shots. And, you know, when you take tough shots, it's hard to get it going. We know that from, you know, our own experiences, and, you know, Coach tells us that all the time, you know, tough shots won't beat you. And, you know, we just forced them to take tough shots, and then we pushed it down and got great shots.
Coach, I think they wanted you to respond as well.
Well, I thought the two early fouls, you know, took Josh out of the game a little bit. You know, that does to a lot of players. You know, you get those two early fouls, and it sticks in your mind. I did like our activity on the perimeter. I thought most of the threes were really challenged. I thought we did a tremendous job there. The open ones in transition, they seemed to knock down. But I really thought our guys had great activity with their hands and didn't let them get comfortable with a lot of their jump shots. And we knew going in that was going to be really important, just like it was against Michigan, to not give them a lot of open looks and rhythm threes.
Have about 2 to 3 minutes to go in this interview session. Extreme left now, toward the back.
Neil Best from Newsday. Jordan, did you sense them getting frustrated, like Coach was saying, where you know they had so much talent going to the basket, but then they kept finding you there? Did you sense frustration on their part from your presence?
No, I mean I had block shots, so it shows they kept going. A couple of them I missed. I fouled Josh Jackson in one of them, so I don't think I really scared them. I think I just kind of made them change their shot a little bit, maybe at the end.
Okay, here on the aisle, left side.
Howie Kasoy, New York Post. Dylan, you guys talked before about kind of embracing being on the road, and a lot of people say that, and it doesn't always work out that way, but when you were hitting some of those threes in the second half, I saw you laughing at the crowd and kind of really taking it. Can you just tell me what it was like? I mean, the place was nuts at certain points, and you really just shut them up.
Yeah, and, you know, it just gives my teammates confidence. You know, I can get a little bit rambunctious sometimes, and, you know, Coach tells me to calm down. My teammates tell me to calm down, but you know, it's just a motivator to me, and it motivates my teammates to, you know, do great plays. And, you know, TT was, you know, playing his mind off, and Tyler was playing his mind off, and it gets the guys going. And, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to be an energy giver, not a, you know, energy taker.
Okay, have time for one last question. We'll go here on the left.
Dana, first of all, congratulations. It's got to make you feel really good doing it this close to where you've coached for so long, and also with a reboot most of the way through the season when you lost Chris.
Well, again, I think these guys have all stepped up, but personally it is great had a lot of family here today, and a lot of friends from Oberlin and Kansas State and from Omaha. So for me personally, that does make it good. But again, you know, we've had a lot of opportunities to try to do this and haven't been able to get it done. But these guys got it done, you know, and so I feel really good for them. Hopefully we'll have a few more opportunities at the University of Oregon, but these guys got it done, and I feel really happy for them. It's an exceptional group, very competitive group, and they've been a lot of fun to work with. So really happy for them, and but we're not done. We'd sure like to go and make a great showing for ourselves in Phoenix. We got one more 14 tournament to try to go win. So we're not done yet. We're not going to celebrate too much. We're going to get focused for next Saturday.
All right, Coach. Guys,
Thank you.
congratulations, and let me be among the first to say welcome to Phoenix. Good luck next week. Hey, congratulations, guys. Thank you. Hey,
Thank you.
we'll be watching you.